All right, we've got a Samsung washer here. We're going to be changing the bellow or the seal. Now, reason for that, you might have a lot of mold. And by the way, to stop that, make sure you leave your door open on the washer. I will link a product that you can actually use. And what it does, it has a little flexible arm and it keeps the door ajar slightly so it's not in your way and you're able to keep the washer nice and fresh. So once you remove the top, that's the dispenser by the way, press a tab to fully extract it. Now, to gain access to the top of this washer, you're going to have two Phillips screws in the back. Remove them, and then you're going to push the top away from you and then lift up and you can remove it. Now, this front piece here can be a little tricky. So if you have to use a hair dryer just to run along the front, it softens the plastic slightly so you don't snap anything. I'm using a suspension rod. You can use maybe a screwdriver, something that will get underneath, and just kind of move it and work it. As you work it along, slightly pull up on the user board or display and it will come, but don't force. If you force it, you're going to damage those tabs. There are 4 of them, so be mindful, take your time, don't rush the job. Now, don't yank because you do have a very delicate connector that you need to unplug. And once you get it up and out, you can unplug the connector. Now, a good thing with these washers, all the screws are going to be Phillips screws. You don't have to worry about any other screwdriver other than a Phillips screwdriver. On the top where the display control is, do not use your power tool, or if you do, be delicate when you put the screws back in. A lot of people will over tighten those and you end up breaking those delicate tabs. All you're doing is basically securing it. You don't need to go crazy on it. All right, so we got that piece off. A lot of people have trouble getting it off because sometimes it can be a little tricky and those tabs do get a little weird. All right, so we're going to be moving on down here at the base. There are going to be a few Phillips screws. Remove them. And you're going to have a set of screws up top as well. Once those are out, you're also going to have your door lock assembly. Those are 2 Phillips screws down there as well. And once those are removed, you're going to use either a flat blade screwdriver and just pry those tabs. And before you remove the front, guys, I thought I showed it, you do have to remove the front clip or spring. That's the assembly that actually holds the bellow outer ring. That has to be removed before you can remove the front. Now, we're taking the weights off. Those are 1/2-inch screws, and it makes it a lot easier to remove, to get this thing off. We're changing the seal, and it makes it a lot easier. So that's up to you if you want to fight with it. But once you get those off, then you're good to go. You're going to have an inner ring on the top once we get the weight off. By the way, you will have 1 extra screw. So I'm showing you this, guys. Go ahead and do your marks. That's where your spring is going to be again. So you put a mark there. It helps. And also, before you remove this seal or bellow, you can put a mark. Usually on these, there's an arrow and it points to where it is centered. And that helps. But if you put a mark on your old seal, use that as reference. So when you put your new one back on, it's going to be in the exact location. Now, I just removed this screw, and what I did, I actually marked it with a black Sharpie, and that helps me to torque it back to the exact length, meaning where it was originally, I actually put a mark. So when you put your spring back on, your retainer spring, you torque it, and once it hits the black mark, you're good to go. It helps. And go ahead and clean your drum outer assembly as much as possible. And if you have a lot of junk, take your time, clean it up before you put it back on. So pretty straightforward. we're going to be putting this bellow back on. When you make marks, it helps you to identify where it's going to go, but you really can't mess it up. You can pay attention to your left side where that hole is that points to it. Also, where your drain holes, they go dead center in the middle, pretty much. So you really can't mess it up. Now, I want to point something out. Those concrete weights, make sure you snug them well when you put them back on. They do have a tendency of vibrating loose and cause damage. So make sure that they're well snug and they're not shaking or loose. Otherwise, they will rattle and eventually come loose and damage either the seal itself or part of the drum assembly. So be mindful of that. Right now, just take your time and you want to get the seal into the groove. Once it is fully in, you want to make sure that you go around one last time and make sure everything is in place. Then we can put our spring and retainer spring and tighten everybody up. Always double check your work. Now, that's the location I had to mark on the old one, and it's going to show you exactly where your spring, retainer spring, is going to be. And it just helps and it keeps everything in order. You can see the hole or the opening on the old seal, and then you match it up to the opening on the new one. And it helps so that in case you forget, if you had to go eat lunch or whatever, you come back, you don't have to guess where anything is going to go. Also, something off topic, you see that center hole inside the drum. Not a hole, I'm sorry, it's just the circle. I tell customers, don't load your washer past that. Keep it right in the center. Don't overload your washer. These Samsungs, they're not heavy duty, but if you take your time with them, they will last. They can, they really will. But everybody, they love to overload these machines. They're not built like that. They're not built like old school washers where you can stuff them and they keep going. These things, they break and they're expensive to fix, so be mindful of that. All right, so you can see that screw, it's back in the same position. If you look closely, the black mark on that screw is my torque setting where I marked the original, and we basically got it back right where it was. And I think that was a 7mm socket, 7 or 9, I forget, maybe 8. You can also use a Phillips on it, so either way you're good to go. There it is, looks good. All right, so that part is done. Check your work, go around, always tug on it just a little bit, make sure everything is in place before you start putting it back together. Also, guys, I will have a drain pump in case you're changing a drain pump. I will have another video on this same washer changing the drain pump. So there are two in one, so to say. All right, that looks good. So now we're going to put the weights back on. Make sure that you put your weights on. You can push down on the drum to get your screw, that one up top. Just push down on the drum with your hand so you're able to push it down slightly, or have someone hold it, or even put your foot inside of the inner drum and push down on it to get the last bolt in. Pretty straightforward. Everything's moving a little bit fast. Hopefully you guys can follow, but once everything is in place, it's not too bad. Get all the screws are in. Make sure they're snug. Don't over tighten, but make sure they're snug. All right, this piece is very crucial. If you're not, you will have a leak. So you want to tug it in all the way until it gets into that little square opening. And then you're going to take the inner plastic, that guy there, point the opening to the inside of the washer, and it becomes a seal or a plug around the opening. Slide it in. Make sure you fully push it all the way in. That black tab should be inserted into that little opening.
That tab, it goes into here. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, just like that.
All right, time to put the front on. You can push it forward. It locks it in place. Now it's time to put your screws in. All of them. Don't forget, you have 2 screws in your door switch assembly. Now it's time to put this on. Now, your outer ring is not too bad. I will link a tool in the description in the event that you need help putting it on. But once you get the lip onto the outer, on the drum, on the assembly itself, on the trim, it pretty much, you won't have a problem with it at all. But I will still link the tool. It's basically a tool that actually puts it on. It's not too bad. Now, I was able to manhandle it, so to say, and I was able to stretch it enough. Now, you probably can do the same thing, but be mindful as you're pulling that you stretch the spring immediately at your hand opening, meaning you're not pulling the spring from the back to go around on the machine. You actually need to spread the spring so that you can stretch it far enough. Hopefully this is making sense, but as you put the spring on, you're not going to pull towards you. You're actually going to stretch the spring until it's wide enough to basically fall in place. Like right there, what I'm doing right now, I'm stretching, and I'm stretching from left to right, stretching, not pulling. And be careful, it will pinch your finger, but we got it. All right, so we're done with this, guys. Everything looks good. We're going to be putting on the bottom drain catch. Make sure your drain catch is in. The cover, put the cover back in. Tug on it just to make sure that everything's in. You do not want to have a leak. All right, putting this piece on. Make sure you tuck your preliminary drain hose. Tuck it up. Then you have your cover. Don't forget your screws. And don't forget your connector. Now be mindful with those screws, guys. They're very delicate, just plastic. Again, I'm repeating myself because a lot of guys will snap them. So take your time. It's nothing crazy. They're just plastic tabs. Now you want to slide this forward. Now be mindful on this. Look at that. You want it to be seated over and nicely. Otherwise you will have a leak. Once the job is done, guys, go ahead and run the machine and check for leaks. We're getting ready to do that, so enjoy the rest of the short video. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.